Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Cameron. This is my first time I've ever recorded any of these videos. I've just kind of been led to do it, and so I don't really know what I'm doing, so bear with me here on this. I think it's just at a time where the world really needs people to come into their own and to start putting out the kind of love and vibrations that we want to see out of everyone. And in doing so, we're going to bring about a new age in which we have no limitless capabilities. I am a Christian, but I accept all faiths, and I didn't always. It came to me, I was led to certain things, to look into certain things, and as a Christian they tell you don't do that, it's forbidden and all that, but I never got with that. I never believed that my God would say that or believe that. I thought that was kind of something that man put into it, no different than how they've changed the Bible to fit their agenda. And that is a truth. I don't care if you don't accept it, that's fine. But there was a long time that we couldn't even read the Bible. You could get killed. More people have been killed over religion than any other conflict in history, period. And that's sad. It really is. At some point you gotta wonder why we don't try to do something different. You gotta wonder why we don't set a better example for our children and our next generation, and try to bring about a land that we can all be proud of to be a part of. I'm proud to be an American and everything, but my views on killing and on war and all that is just changed completely. We celebrate that stuff, and it really shouldn't be. You don't celebrate a death of a brother or a sister, because that's what we are, guys. I don't care what color you are. And people that know me, they'll tell you, I might be white skinned, but I get along with everyone because that's just the person that I am. I'm an old soul, older than y'all might care to hear, and probably wouldn't believe anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But we got to realize here, guys, that Jesus Christ, we glorify him, and we should. He is almost indescribable. But he still was a lot of things that the church is not willing to say. He was not, in my opinion, this is my humble opinion, I could be wrong, but I've been led to believe that he's not what everybody makes him out to be. He's not a God's child sent down here and he's the only one. Because what would that really teach humanity? That one of God's children that was sent from heaven can do no wrong? That's pretty believable. But that doesn't make any. Where's the message in us for that? And even Jesus said, find me one place in the Bible where he told you to worship him. He doesn't. Find me one place in the Bible where he said he was God. He doesn't. Yes, he said he's God's son. He used to be, and yes, he said certain other things, but Jesus wasn't even really, that fond of the church. For obvious reasons. There's a lot of deception and lies behind the church. There's been a lot of horrible things done in churches, and that's sad too. Leave it to man to fuck up anything that we get our hands on. But what I'm telling you is Jesus was a preacher, okay? And he was a really good one. He wasn't like an average one where, they had a church. He just kind of taught in the wilderness from what I've heard. I don't know. Obviously I wasn't, well, I don't know. I'm not going to get into that. But in my opinion, yes, he did things that were great. He started the biggest religion in the history of man, period. But there's other things you need to look into. For the one fact, all faiths that are Abrahamic faiths are really technically the ones that are meant to be followed. Not saying that other ones are not meant to be followed. I'm just saying that the Abrahamic faiths that believe in, the same thing, basically, just different, people in different views. I mean, I didn't know that Muslims believed exactly the same thing that we believe. I mean, literally exactly the same thing we believe, except for the fact that they don't think Jesus was God's son. And I don't either. I think that Jesus was a prophet, a blessed individual. And as are we all when we come into our own. Christ is not a name, it's a consciousness. Okay, you can take on a consciousness and be blessed by the way that you live your life. This is true. I mean, you can be a Christed individual. He was Jesus of Nazareth, Jesus the Christ. Yes, he was. And I mean, my ultimate goal would be to be somebody remembered in, likes of Christ. Maybe not as good, but maybe somebody like, man, he really cared about his people, and not just his people, everybody. I mean, he just really tried to bring out the best in everyone, and in doing so, he left the world a better place than when he came into it. And that's all any of us can really hope for. And so anyways, a Muslim, they're Abrahamic faiths. People don't want to believe that, but Isaac and Ishmael were Abraham's sons, and one of them was born out of wedlock, and so they sent him away because the wife didn't want to deal with it. Which is, kind of understandable, but, it does say right in the Bible that he will be blessed with a following as many as the sands and the beaches. It says all kinds of things about him. And we never really picked back up, and no Christian ever really looked into it, And that's kind of funny, that's weird. I can't look into a faith that's in the Bible that the Bible tells us is going to be blessed. That makes no sense. Same thing with Jewish. Jews are an Abrahamic faith who also turned against Christ. He wasn't the Messiah. And he very, very, very well may not be. None of us may be. Okay? That's what I'm telling you. In my belief, all of us have within us the potential to rise above this fleshly form and be more than you think you are. And you can heal with your hands just like Jesus. Let me tell you the story. And this is a true story, I swear, on my life. You can look it up. Maybe, I guess, it's probably MCV, Richmond, Virginia. My brother's best friend when he was, I think I was in about 5th grade. My brother was in middle school. He got really sick and they didn't know what was wrong with him. He just fell, he was a hockey player, and he just fell down after a hockey game in the shower. He fell down and he couldn't move. And went into a coma. They could not figure out what was wrong with him for the life of them. Now they know, I think he had some rare form of spinal meningitis or something. And my mom's brother actually died like that, funny enough. My grandma's first son, Michael. And, that's hard to watch a loved one suffer like that and not be able to do anything about it. I can't imagine. Especially a child, I don't have a child, but I can, man, what do you do with that, And it's like, anyways, Michael was in coma for months. And when I was young, I was really into Native Americans for some reason. I don't really know why. I just liked how they lived their lives, giving thanks to spirits and, using witch men or medicine men to heal. And I liked the fact that they still practiced things like that. We saw them as savages. Gosh, man, people can piss you off just thinking about all the terrible things we've done. Come over here and just take the land from spiritual people that just want to live on the land. And it's just terrible, some of the things that we've done. And we they don't teach you that stuff in school, of course. Everything that you learn in school mostly is lies. It's lies, straight lies. Science class. You ever wonder why it's called science? That's funny, because you got a being in your body or up in your head living rent-free that we call your conscience. Oh Lord. So which one's the con? You know, the voice in your head or the shit they're teaching you at school? Well, I think it's the one they're teaching you at school. Because they have known for a long time now how to heal any and all diseases through frequency. And this is fact. I mean, it's in comic books, it's in all kinds of things. But it is fact. I'm an electrician, and I can tell you that they teach us this stuff in school. They teach you certain things about about how electricity works. And for somebody that wants to study on their own, you can learn a lot of things. Really, all you have to know is that you can tap into a field of knowledge, of all knowledge that ever was and ever will be, through your higher self, and download anything you want to download. The lost books from Alexandria, everything's there, okay? And they had a lot more technology back in the day than we do now. Now what we have is a bunch of stuff that they've taken and corrupted and changed and patented and to make a profit off of and weaponized to make war. They've done nothing but destroy with all of our greatest innovations, okay? Now, that's sad. If you don't believe that matter can be shattered or dissembled through vibration, go find a singer that has perfect pitch and have him shatter crystal for you. And when that amazes you, that happened because he generated the right frequencies to make that crystal no longer take physical form through the atoms and particles and stuff that hold it together. It's really nothing but a wave of light. Anything you see that's solid matter is a wave of light that is slowed down so that you can see it in physical form, and it can take physical form, and you can have an experience with it. We are beings of light. When you're first conceived, there's a spark, okay, and that gives you life, spark of life. People call it different things: the ether, life force, prana, chi, ki. Every religion and every culture has this. That's not coincidence. That's a grand design. It's all around us, right in front of our faces. Our very lungs have bronchioles that literally identically look like roots if you were to look up a root system in a tree. So the same thing that generates the air that you breathe uses the same vascular network to breathe and feed itself. That's pretty amazing, but it shows that there's a plan behind this. This is not just random science that fell together and happened to line up. It's not what they're trying to teach you. It's bullshit. They're trying to take the God out of everything. You can't say God in the Pledge of Allegiance anymore. Pro football players and basketball players won't stand for the Pledge of Allegiance for a country that is under God. Or they want to make things about them. And that's just, I get it, but it's wrong. Okay? There is a God. I may not know what he is. I don't think he's a person. I don't think he has physical form. Maybe he does. I don't know. But I know there is one because somebody had to create all this shit. It's not here doing nothing. Okay? What I do know is that we're all connected in ways that we cannot possibly fathom. And I've seen this unfold in my life. I went through a spiritual awakening when I was heavily into drugs. And I still am struggling. I'm trying to get better now. But it changed my life in ways that I cannot possibly even ever. I wish that somebody would have been following me around with a damn camera and we could let everybody watch it. And even, there's some embarrassing shit in there. I mean, really, I got to a point, because what I found was, if you'll just follow your conscience or trust your gut or let your spirit lead you or, follow your heart, all those inspirational little sayings that people say, if you will just do that fully, I mean, any urge that comes into your brain, you do it. Any thought, you listen to it. Anything that pops up and catches your eye, you pay attention to it. And you try to figure it out. There are codes everywhere, all around us. Okay? It's real. It's just real. I promise you. Law of attraction is real. put something out there that you want and give the feeling and the thought of you already having been gave it, and it's going to find its way to you. That is a fact. And the craziest things too is people want to believe in this. They do. And even me, I struggled. I probably went through 2.5 years of knowing all these things, but never practicing them. And I still don't. Even to this day right now, I've practiced a little bit, but, I try to meditate and the devil is going to fight you. Where there's light, there's dark. Somebody is going to try to stop you from figuring this out, because there are people out there that know these things and they use them, okay? They have turned them into something that makes them profit, and something that it was never supposed to be that. Knowledge should be given freely, okay, to anyone that wants it. It's not for any one man or woman, it's not. And thank God we're finally coming to a society now that accepts women as equals, because if anything, they're better than we are. I mean, they give life, they have a natural tendency to nurture and care for anything. It's just amazing, That being said, I really, and this is one thing I struggle with too, religion, not liking the same-sex stuff, and I don't like it either, guys. I mean, but if that's what they want to do, isn't it well within their free will to do it? Did Jesus die? Well, I don't believe he did die like that, but I think he was born again. I don't think he died on the cross for anybody's sins. Because I've offered the same thing. And I know what you'll say. I'm not a God's son who has done no wrong. Well, if he was God's son and he's done no wrong, he's God's son. It's pretty easy for him not to do any wrong. What I know and believe is that I'm God's son too. So are you. You're his daughter or son too. And all the things that you think are wrong that you've done, some of them probably are, but at the same time, we are in a place separated from God for a reason. He cannot partake in that sin. It's just the devil's play. This is one thing that people do not think about a lot. Oh, there's no way our government could do that to us. There's no way. There's a way, okay? Because this is the one thing that people tend to forget, this is the devil's playground for now, okay? This is his domain. And he is the master of deception, okay? He can make you believe something that you didn't think possible. And within just days have you practicing it. It's dangerous, guys, I'm telling you. If you have it within you, and you have to believe this for it to start to come out, but you have within you all the spiritual gifts of any Christ or yogi or master or whatever. But you have to believe it and give that feeling of gratitude and thanks to the one, for blessing you like this. You have within you the spirit to know whether something rings true or not. And I say rings true because it's a vibration. Truth is a vibration. Lie is a vibration. Your spirit knows when you're being lied to. You ever had a time like that, guys, where you just know something's not right? Or you ever had a time where you knew somehow, subconsciously, that you were in danger? There was just a fucked up vibe, and you got the hell out of there. If you did the right thing. And also, you can walk into a room, and we have this ability. It's documented. You can walk into a room and pick up on somebody's vibration that maybe isn't having the greatest day, or maybe he is having the greatest day. You can feel that. I can feel it. I know that I can, for sure. You can walk in and feel magnetic fields. Magnetic fields are invisible, but we can feel them. Okay, so it's funny that people don't want to believe in. They can't see how these things are true. How can there be energy in the air? How can there be magnetic lines in the air that are keeping this planet turning and rotating and gravity? How is that possible? You can't see the air you're breathing, but it's there. It's there, right? Because you're breathing it. We want to question too much. We want to know too much. when really we already know everything. Your subconscious knows everything. He tries to tell you sometimes, you just don't listen. The more you start to listen to your conscience, the more you start to listen to who you are, the more you'll come into yourself, and the better chances we all have together of making this place a true paradise. Anyways, I'm going to be starting a YouTube channel and trying to get this word out there and trying to start, because this year is the year, guys. It is a special prophetic year, and there's going to be things changing like you've never seen before. And I look forward to it. And anybody that needs help along their journey, you can call my number, 804-690-7468. That's 804-690-7468. If you need any help, or if you have any want to maybe help me get this stuff out there, I'm here, dude. I will walk down the path with you to help you come into your own, and it won't take long, I'm telling you. It will manifest in ways that you can't really imagine. Anyways, thank you for y'all's time. If you listened all the way through, I'm sure your spirit is feeling something right now. So, maybe think on it and hit me up with something that y'all would like to hear about. Thank you.